Hey everyone, in today's video, I'll be showing you how to create an entire blog on WordPress using Elementor Pro. If you are someone who is looking to start a website but aren't exactly sure how to get started because you don't know any web design or code, then this video is for you. I will teach you how to create an entire WordPress blog from start to finish in just under an hour. And after watching this video, you'll basically be able to create any website you'd like with the information that you learn. Let's get started. The first thing you will want to do is get some site hosting for your website. And for this, we recommend going with SiteGround. Okay, so here I am in SiteGround, and the reason why we like to recommend this one is because web hosting plays a big part in your website's speed and performance, and you're going to want to have some type of cloud hosting platform rather than a shared hosting platform, and SiteGround will do this for you. So as you can see as well, if you go to Get Now, you can see all their plans right here, and it's actually pretty cheap. Right now they have a good deal going on. It's $4.99 a month compared to $24.99 a month, which is their regular price, and that's for the Grow Big. If you're just looking to start one website for now, you can go with the $2.99 a month plan, which is on discount from $14.99 a month. And with this one, you'll get one website, 10 gigabytes of web space. It'll be able to handle around 10,000 visitors monthly, unmetered traffic, a free domain, WordPress installation, migrator, and a lot more. Also, if you have more traffic and you're worried about that slowing down your website's performance, then you'll also want to go with probably the Grow Big or Go Geek plan, just because it can handle 100,000 visits monthly and then 400,000 visits monthly. So what you'll do is you'll click on Get Plan for whichever one you like, and then you will want to register a new domain. So for us, our website is StartupWise, and we've already done this step, so I'm not going to show you everything, but all you really have to do is proceed with all the following steps and keep filling in all the information required, and you'll get to a part where you're going to get a verification in your email where you'll confirm your information there, and then you'll be able to start your WordPress website. So just to get more into that, just go ahead and click proceed here, and then once you've confirmed the information on your SiteGround account and your email, you'll go back into the website and log in using your account information that you just created, and then at the top of the screen it'll say click setup site. Okay, so once you verified your SiteGround account through your email address that you put in, you'll want to go back into SiteGround and log in there, and then from there you're going to click setup new site. It'll then take you to another page where you can actually go ahead and set up your WordPress account. So what you'll do is you'll click start a new website, scroll down more on the page, and then select WordPress as well. Then you'll want to go ahead and set up another login for your WordPress account, and then click finish. And then once you've finished setting up your WordPress account through SiteGround, you'll want to go up into the browser and type in your website's name .com/wp-admin and then press enter. And then you'll want to save this page as well, or this link, because this is the link you'll use to sign into your account every time moving forward when you want to make new changes or edits to your website. So if I go to startupwise.com/wp-admin, this will take me to a login page. And I was already logged into my account, so it's just going to take me right in here. But you'll notice that it'll ask you to sign in, and that same information that you put in on SiteGround is what you'll use to log into your new WordPress account. And now that you finally have your SiteGround configured with your WordPress, now is the time where we can actually go in and start customizing our new blog or website. And I would say the first thing to do would probably just be go to settings and then hit general, and then just make sure you have your site's title written correctly. So that's going to be what pops up on the web browser. And then go ahead and put a tagline as well, just a few words to sum up what your business is about. And you're always going to want to fill in all these boxes, just because in some way or form it'll also add to the metadata. So if somebody searches for business startups or number one resource, this tagline will actually come into play here, and it'll work in our benefit to rank higher in the searches. You might want to do your current time zone. Ours is already configured, so we'll just go ahead and save changes. Okay, and then there's one more step that we need to do before we actually start fully customizing our website, and that's going to be just to download Elementor and then Elementor Pro as well. So there's two options to do this. You can either click on add new, and then you can search for Elementor and then go ahead and just download this one. And then actually for Elementor Pro, you can't download it on the WordPress website. So you'll need to go to an external link, which we'll link in the description below. And here's the website where you'll actually be logging into Elementor. Click on get started. So if you click the link in the description, it'll take you straight to this page where you can actually sign up for your Elementor Pro plan. Once again, they have multiple plans, but you'll just probably need the One Pro website plan unless you have intentions on starting more websites in the future, and this one will just be for $59 a year. And some of the really cool things that comes with Elementor, which makes it so enticing to want to use for your website, is that it comes with hundreds of basic and pro widgets, over 300 basic and pro templates, a theme builder, a WooCommerce store builder if you're looking to sell products, a landing page builder, a pop-up builder, which is really nice for inserting ads and things like that and increasing your click-through rates, and a form builder, marketing tools, and premium support. And once you download Elementor, you'll actually get a zip zip file, which you can then go back into WordPress and upload the plugin. So the way you'll do that is you just go to plugins here and you can go to add new, and then right here it says upload plugin. You'll just drag your file up into here, or you might also run into a situation where it asks you for a license key, which Elementor Pro will give you after signing up. So you'll just basically respond to all their prompts and make sure you have Elementor and Elementor Pro downloaded, because they do work hand in hand together. So if you just have Elementor Pro, then you're going to be missing out on some of the features on the basic plan as well. Once you get that all set up, then you can go in and start fully customizing your website. Now is finally the time where we can start working on creating and customizing our new blog. So the first thing you'll want to do is just configure some of the site settings so that it's all the same. That way you're not configuring it later on or every time you add something. So let's just start off by going up and creating a page. So here, let's just click on add new. Since we already have a full website created, I'm going to make some test templates for you. So this one will just be test homepage. And then you can just go ahead and publish your draft or save it. For us, we're not going to be publishing them, but once you save it or publish it, go ahead and click edit with Elementor. Okay, so here we are, and you can see that everything's just pretty basic as of right now. And the first thing that we want to do is just go over to these three lines right here on the left side and then click on site settings. So what this will do is it'll just create some common settings across the site, which will make it a lot easier when you're just editing the whole website from scratch. So for example, you can do global colors or fonts. And if you click into the fonts here, you can see that there's primary, secondary, text, and accent. So these are all customizable to your liking. You can switch the font, you can make certain things bolder or bigger. So this is something that's pretty important, and you just want to configure it here first. That way, when you're creating new like text pages or headlines and stuff, you're not constantly having to change the font to the one you like. It'll just automatically be doing that. So this is really up to your preference. And same thing with global colors. If you want something to be a certain color, here's where you'll be in the system colors. You can have a primary, secondary, and this will all be able to be configured. That way, when you are creating the site, it's a lot easier to do. If you go down here to typography, this is where you can actually edit like body text, link, which is when you're linking things. How will the link look? What color will it be? The type of typography you'd like to use, as well as like settings for H1 headers, H2, H3, H4. You're just gonna want to go in here and fully customize it all. Make sure spacing's okay and everything's the same. So if you have a certain spacing between H1 and H2, chances are you're gonna want to have the same spacing for all of them, because when you start to stack them, it's gonna look wonky if you don't keep it consistent. The next thing you'll want to do is create a menu. So as you can see, we already have a header that's displayed on our website. It shows business formation, how to with this drop down menu, side hustles with another drop down menu, reviews. So this is our menu, and I'll show you how to create that right now. So what you can just do here is click update, and then what you'll do is you'll go down to appearance and then click on menus. And here's where you'll create all of your categories and all this other stuff. So as you can see, it says business formation, how to with three subcategories, and then side hustles with 3 subcategories, and then our reviews page. So actually, just to make it a little easier, what I like to do is go up into post, go to categories, and then here's where you'll add all your categories. So for example, if I wanted to create a category called blog, I will go ahead and type that right there. The slug will automatically populate itself unless you want something different, but it'll just be basically StartupWise /blog for the slug. And then parent category, this is where if it's a subcategory. So let's say blog belongs to the how-to section, then I would just click on how-to here, and it will go ahead and populate right under this as a subcategory. And then again, always put a little bit of description just to add to the metadata. This will just help with search results essentially. For us though, we already have all of our categories, so we're not really going to create a new one. I just wanted to show you how to do that, and then I'll also let you take a look at how ours looks. So once again, how to with the subcategories, review, side hustles with more subcategories. By the way, you don't have to have them all figured out at first. Sometimes it switches as you go, and that's super easy to fix as you're going along. But I would just recommend at least having like 1 or 2 menu options just so that you can see how it looks while you're customizing your new blog. Once again, you finish your categories, go back into appearance, go to menus, and then you created all of your categories. So here is where they'll be populating in the future. And for example, these are like the main ones right here, and you'll just click on it, add it to the menu, and it's already there for me. But as you can see, it even added another one down here below. I will just go ahead and remove this one. But as you can see, you just basically click on all of the ones you created, click add to a menu, and then you'll go down here to categories, which it'll show all the subcategories that you created. Same thing here, select them all, add to menu, and then I'll show you how it works too. So basically it'll kind of pop in like this, where it's just the same as a how-to. But if you go ahead and just drag it over slightly to the right, you'll see that it kind of creates an indentation here, and now it's like a category. So this will just basically create a drop-down menu, kind of like what I just showed you on our homepage. This will allow it to be like how-to as the main topic, and when you hover over it, these are the topics that come down, which are like the guides. Okay, Okay, so then you'll go ahead and scroll down, save those changes. So to create a template for your header, you'll go over here to templates, you'll click on add new, and then you'll actually click on header right here, and then you'll name your header. So call it like test header, and then you'll create your template, and you actually won't need to use any of these blocks or anything because we're gonna create everything customized ourselves. So just go ahead and exit out of this, and then here's where you can create your header. So go ahead and click on these 3 boxes here, drag in an image, go ahead and drag in your menu that we created, and then drag in a search box. And as you can see, it looks pretty wonky right now, but just gonna go ahead and start formatting this to our liking. So first off, we can start with the image, choose image, and go ahead and upload the image. This will just be like your site logo essentially. Make sure it's like a rectangle though, not exactly like a square, because the thinner it is, the better, because it's really just supposed to take up like just that first top part of the page, not like a lot of the page. So that's why I recommend a rectangle. So our pixels we used is 897 by 192. So you can even just copy that or go slightly above or below those dimensions and you should be fine. But then just go ahead and insert this. And so it's just popped in here. Go ahead and start formulating things. So this is too big. So we'll make it like a medium, and then it's centered. We want it aligned to the left, as far left as possible. Let's see what else we can do. This needs to be centered. So whenever things aren't like in the middle of the box here, because this is basically making the rectangle bigger, right? So this isn't compensated for it yet. What you'll do is you'll just click on the upper left here, edit column, and vertical align, click on middle. And as you can see, it just moved it to the middle. And then you can even click on the pencil right here and align the menu to the right. Next thing you can do is change the text up a little bit on this menu. So if you go to typography, this is where you can make like it bold, for example, on the weight. So call it bold. You can do other things like transform it to all uppercase, all lowercase, but we'll leave it at default for now. Same with style, you can do italic, whatever you'd like, but we like default. And lastly, decoration, you can do an underline, things like this. And I just noticed that the menu isn't showing those subcategories that we created. So what you'll do is go back to content here, go to menu, and chances are you just have the wrong menu selected because you'll want a footer and a header. So the header is just menu here for us. And there you go. Now the arrows are pointing down for those subcategories we created. And it looks like we need to configure this more. So drag this column just like that. And that's why Elementor is so nice to use, because it's really customizable and you're not stuck in any type of way. If something's not fitting properly, you can always adjust things and make it fit to your liking essentially. So probably want to make this text black, right? Go to style menu, text color, and then we'll go to black. So now that's black, it's looking a lot better. And then over here, the question where they can search for things, same thing. You'll just want to put this center aligned again. And let's actually like reduce the column size a little bit so that it's just that question mark kind of that pops up there. That should be good. Let's delete the search here. And yeah, that's pretty much how you create a header. Super easy and straightforward. And I guess last thing I can show you is if you're looking to like change the width overall, so you want it like more wide or shorter, this is where you'll do it. Just basically click on this top circles up here, and then you'll go to the layout, and it's right here under width. So you can maximize it, you can reduce it. I will say that you don't want it to be on max width, because when you start reducing the window size of your pages, it'll start to get funky as far as like the menu, it'll start overlapping each other. So a good rule of thumb is just kind of like something a little bit in the middle. Just bring those margins in a little bit and you should be good. So maybe like 1165 is probably something good. And yeah, this is your new header. So we can now go ahead and create a home page. Before you go ahead and move on to the home page, go down here to where it says publish and create a display condition. So you'll want this to be displayed on your entire site. And right now we already have a header displayed on our site, so that's why you're getting this error message. But for you, this will be perfectly fine, and you'll just hit save and close. So any other page they click on, this header will always be there. So now we can move on to the home page. So to create a home page, what you'll do is you'll go to all pages, click on add new, and then let's just call this one new home page. And you'll go ahead and save the draft, and then let's edit this with Elementor. So now you can see there's like new home page up here and all this blank space. If you look at our StartupWise home page, we have a nice, really simple and straightforward look to it. It's crisp and clean and not too much crazy stuff going on. It's nice and appealing to the people's eyes as well. So I'll show you how to just make it like this basically. Click on the plus icon here and you're gonna want to add in some text. So I recommend going with these 2 squares, and on the left side, go ahead and drag in some text. So that's a heading, and then we'll bring in some text. And then on the right side, that's where you can actually insert some type of photo or whatever you'd like. But for our website, we used a photo, so I'm just gonna show you for the sake of this tutorial. Choose an image and we'll go with our photo that we'll use, which is this one. And another thing we've done is we've reduced all the file sizes of our images, as well as removed the background of our images before we upload them onto our website. So just something to be aware of beforehand, just because number one, it looks better when you remove the background, and number two, when you reduce the image size, it won't won't slow down your website as much. So go ahead and insert this media once you've done those two things I just mentioned. And here it is in here like this. And the text is still at the top, right? So just go ahead and center that again, click middle, basically just put expert business advice for entrepreneurs. And then below will be the text as well. And there's just a lot of customization settings you can do from here. For example, if we go to the text, we can go ahead and make it like H1. And then why don't we go ahead and fix the typography a bit and make it bold, as well as increase the size so it kind of fills up the page. There we go. So now it's expert business advice for entrepreneurs. And what I like to do is make this text a little bit darker too. So just go click on it, style, typography, and weight. I go medium. That looks a little better. And then the way you get like a color like this on the background is just by going up here to these 6 circles and go to style, background type, and then you click on the global colors, or this one if you want to like pick your color out of the color picker. But for us, we just have a global colors, and our site color is this green. It's literally that easy. So just click on that. Everything in the background will be green. Looks like we have a button on ours for best services. We also have a video on how to create a button as well, but I'll just show you real quick in this video. So click on button, drag it in, and basically just go ahead and see which one you like. They have other options. So there's like info, success, warning, things like that, but we'll just go with like the default button for now and customize it. So best services. So you'll just go here, best services, and then make it a little bit bigger because it is on our home page, maybe like extra large if we can. And this is where you'll link the page. So whatever page you're looking to link, you'll just click on that page. So each page has a permalink. And if you just go into the pages, you can click on whatever you'd like, basically like business formation, for example. And right here, it's got the permalink. So if you click on that, you can go ahead and copy it either from your editor window or from here. And then that's the link that you will take, copy this, and then you'll paste this right here. And a couple options, click on this little gear wheel right here and click on open in a new window for affiliate links. But for links on your website, there's no need to open in a new window. So for this one, it links to another page on our website, so we will leave it as is. And then we can go to the style here and fix the typography again, which you guys are probably starting to get the idea of, but I'll do it one more time just to kind of show you guys and keep giving you guys little examples of different use cases. So for this one, go ahead and make it bold again. Let's go ahead and increase the text size, I would say, maybe to like 15 or 16. So for the hover, right now it's like that green. So we have a white button with a black text. Okay, so let's just change the typography, so black here, and then we'll make the background white. So there you go. Got a button on the home page directing them to another page, as well as a nice little layout here right below the menu. And to show you guys what else you can do on the home page, when you want to create a new section, basically just click on that plus button. For us, we'll drag in like a little spacer. So create a spacer there, bring it down to like 25 is a good number. Click on the plus button again, create a new section, drag in that heading there. And then the cool thing about Elementor is you can also duplicate things. So for example, I'll duplicate this spacer and then just drag it down. So that'll save me a ton of time. I don't always have to change the dimensions, just keep copying this one and essentially move it down. And I can do the same thing for this title. So for us, I think we have something called starting a business. And then what we can do is just configure this title to like H1, call it like, make it bold, and then go ahead and center this. And then you can go ahead and copy it, right? And then create a new section. So we have one for the YouTube channel, I think. Yeah, StartupWise YouTube channel, and just go same thing, StartupWise channel. And this one, same as the top of the page, it's got like multiple sections in one. So we'll go ahead and like duplicate this here, take out this text, see, add in another image here, and then add in some more text from right here, bring in the text editor. Okay, and then we created a button here, so we'll just copy this one, and then we will paste it here, and we'll change the background color again to green. Alrighty, so just go ahead and center this one more time, vertical line in the middle, and bring in a new image here. We found a nice little YouTube logo that we used, so insert that. And yeah, as you can see, created a new section for us right here, and we can duplicate this one more time to create that space in between sections. So this is actually the bottom section. We still need to create starting a business. So what we'll do is we will hit the plus button one more time, and we've done is we created our own little buttons here. So I'll show you how to do that. Go ahead and drag this one more down, duplicate this spacer one more time, and we're going to create buttons to get to different pages. So this starting a business, a little button here is for our affiliate links, where people will be able to find the best business formation services and things like that, and our ratings and our reviews. This is linked to our how-to guides, and then this is a link to our other reviews as well. So really simple. All we've done is created a button, added some text here, and then added in an image. And that's really it, even though it looks maybe a little bit more complicated than you might think. So really all we'll do is just that. Drag in an image, go ahead and drag in like a heading, and then go ahead and drag in your button. And from here, click on the image, content, content, choose image, and this is going to be whatever you want, but for us, let's just click on this one for now. Insert the media, and then here's where you'll add your text. So we called this starting a business. So just put starting a business, and we want this to be centered. I'm not going to keep like changing the text around and stuff just because you guys should probably get it by now, but I'll just keep showing you some new things as we're going along and creating the website. So this needs to be centered, super simple. Just click on the center line right here under content. You want the button to be centered too, right? So click on alignment under content and center it. And also probably want the button to be bigger. So let's go with like a large button here. We also didn't remove the background on this image because this isn't one that we're using for that purpose on the site, but I'm just dragging in a random photo here. So imagine ideally this wouldn't have the blue background, and then you'll give it that background color, right, for the whole button. So go ahead and click on style. After you click this top left square, click on the paintbrush, click on the global, and choose this light green color. So yeah, like I just said, this blue won't be here. If you remove the background, then it'll just be like the guy laying on the money basically, and it'll look just like our website here. Another easy way to kind of do this is by just duplicating this now. So if you hit this duplicate column right here, it'll just create another column for you. And what I actually could have done is duplicated this before I created the custom button. That way I wouldn't have to like delete some of these things, but it's fine. I'll show you guys real quick. Let's see, drag this back down, click on this, and let's switch out the image to something like this. Okay, and then this one will be like reviews, like our other page. This one will be how to guides. You can change the text on the left side in content to reviews as well. Change this text to formation services. Okay, so boom, now it's all looking like a nice little like 3 buttons on your page, except for there's one thing you can also change, which is this middle section needs to be like a blue, similar to how we have it here. So just click again, top left square, style, and then the background color for this one will be this blue. And you'll want to change the color for the buttons too, right? So probably just go to style again and color, change it to like white. And then you'll want to change the text color to black, and then make it bold or however you'd like. But do that for the other two and it'll look just like this left one right here. So here you have it. We have like our new homepage, says excerpt business advice for entrepreneurs, a little button here to prompt you to click on this page, starting a business with these 3 pages as well for you to click on, as well as a prompt to our StartupWise YouTube channel. And actually another cool thing we have on the website is these videos on the channel. So to do that, just again, go to the top right, basically just type in like video, and let's see, drag in like another section in here, and this is where you'll put the video. And let's actually make like 2, we'll just duplicate the column. You can even make 3 videos on here if you'd like. Maybe even 4 videos looks good. So you could leave it something like this, and then again, switch the background, these 6 dots, style, background type, color, and you'll go to site color green. So now this all looks the same. And to edit your videos, just click on this pencil right here, and then it'll take you to this content page, and you can link each video from here as well. And then you'll want to take a look at these other settings, whether you want autoplay, mute, loop, privacy, lazy loading, things like that. But if you take a look at our other homepage, you can see they look exactly the same, but we do have our latest posts. So I'll show you how to do this as well. Again, create a plus icon. Here's our spacer right here, so we're good. This will be the text. So what I will do is copy this section, paste it here, delete this top one, and then switch the text to latest posts. Now go ahead and duplicate the spacer one more time, drag it down, create another section, and now is where we'll bring in the blog posts. So right here on Pro, this is a Pro plugin, drag it in, and you can see that the posts start to populate. Now there's a lot of ways to do this. We just recently kind of went away with having thumbnails for our posts because it makes it easier and faster for our website to load. So this is what we've kind of created, but I'll show you guys how to use the post widget on Elementor, because I'm sure a lot of you will be using thumbnails and you'll want to have those somehow generated onto your homepage so people can see that as well to add more context. So let me show you how to configure this all right now. First off, we'll start in the content tab under layout, and the skin, you have multiple skins you can choose from: classic, cards. You can also do like full content, which I don't recommend at all, or you can do custom, which can become a little tricky. So I would mostly just go with classic or cards. And for this video, we're going to stick with classic. So you can change however many columns you'd like. I think 3 is a good number though. And then post per page. You don't want it to take up too much of your page, but if it is on the bottom, you can have a little bit more than if it was in the middle. So I think 6 posts is a fair number. You can have the image position on the left, the right. So as you can see, left, right, it makes it look funky. The top is the best, but you can also go with no image image, and that's how that looks, like that. But we're gonna stick with top image for now. Image size, we'll keep it on medium, but you'll want to adjust the ratio. So just all the way up until it doesn't get cut off. Basically just keep clicking down on the ratio until you can see the full thumbnail. And as you can see, it'll start cutting it off the opposite way when you go too much. So just find that perfect balance right there. A couple other things you can do here. Image width, you can reduce the size of that. We can keep it at 100 for now. You can take away the title. For example, our thing has a title here, our thumbnail, so we'll keep it in for now. We will remove the excerpt though, as well as any metadata other than the date. So the date is good, as well as we don't really need the separator or the read more. So yeah, this will be our latest posts, and this is kind of how it looks. You can configure it however you'd like. Again, click on this, go to style. You can change how the box looks, you can change how the image looks, and you can change how the content looks as well. As far as the title, you can make it more bold, and it'll do it for everything. So yeah, if you just make some simple changes on here, it can actually look really nice. But I think you guys get the picture on how to do your own customization at this point. So we'll move on to the next step. Okay, and then one of the last steps you'll want to do is basically create a custom blog post template. And this will be where all of your blog posts will display. And this is a new one that we created. We also have a video on the channel on how to create a custom blog post template. So I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check that out and reference that, so we don't have to go over it in this video. But basically, you'll just do the same thing you're always doing. You'll drag in your content, for example. So all this is post content, right? You just drag that in and it'll come and populate with some type of blog post, usually your most recent blog post. And then same thing, all this is up here is the post title. So you drag in the post title, give it a little background, put a little spacer here, right? As you can tell. And this is just separated in 3 columns, this bottom page. So you guys are already familiar with that as well. When you create the new section below the header, just create 3 sections, and the middle will be the content. The left will be like the information, when the post was published, the author who was fact checked by, and then you can even drag in the table of contents. But I have an entire video going over all this for you guys. It goes in a lot more depth than I can do in this video. So I recommend you guys check that out, and I'll leave the link in the description. But moving on to the next step, you will want to create a categories page. So the way you can do this is it's really similar to the blog post template, but you'll be creating a page, add new, and then it will be an archive page. So enter in a name here, create your template, exit out of this because you don't need it, and this is where we'll create our archive page. So same kind of deal, click the plus button, click on this big square, and what we'll first add in is the archive title. And the cool thing about an archive page is that it automatically populates because there's metadata that's already keeping track of the archives itself. So I'll kind of show you as this whole thing plays out, but basically bring in the archives here. It's just going to say archives, but it will give the subject of the archive when you link it. For example, you'll want to take out the context because the context will basically label it as an archive. And then what you can do from here, just to show you guys our categories page real quick, or archive page, this is what it looks like. When you click on content creation, it'll go to our content creation archive and it'll populate this. So to show you how to do that, really simple, click on the top 6 circles, fix the background real quick, call it like green, and you can obviously add in some spacing above and below. And then to get the categories to display properly, then you'll basically just drag in archive posts here. So archive posts, and then they will automatically populate. And then once you have it all set up like this, where it's got the archive posts, the content as well, you will publish this and display conditions one more time, add condition, and it'll be on all archives. So once again, we already have something for our archives page, so that's why you're getting this error. But yeah, if you have it include on all archives and save and close, it will go ahead and publish it on all of your categories pages. So when you click on them, it'll basically just take you right to the archive, and that's for all of them. So these are 3 categories, and each one of them has their own archive with their own title up top. And then all of these gets automatically populated too for whatever category it's in. So it's super cool to use and really kind of customizable for your liking on everything. So yeah, once you go ahead and publish your archives page, then basically have a fully functioning site where you have all of these drop-down menus, a fully functioning homepage with clickable buttons, as well as a header that's displayed on the entire site. And that's pretty much going to be it as far as how to create a custom blog on WordPress using Elementor Pro. So that's going to be how you can create an entire blog on WordPress using Elementor Pro. Again, I'll go ahead and leave the link to SiteGround as well as WordPress and Elementor Pro all in the description for you guys to click on and easily download those links. And yeah, hopefully this answered some of the questions you guys may have had about how to create a WordPress website using Elementor Pro, as well as some insight on whether or not the plugin is actually worth it or not to switch from the free version to the pro version. Make sure to check out our other guides on the channel about how to start a WordPress website, as well as how to increase website speed. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button, share with a friend, and subscribe for more content just like this. business. Here at StartupWise, we are dedicated to giving you guys free guides and tutorials to help you start your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.